Right now, there is more paper money in the world than at any point in human history. And yet, when did you last pay with cash? Think about it. Yesterday, last week, last month? Something strange is happening to money, and almost nobody is talking about it. In the next 7 minutes, you'll find out who is actually killing cash. Because it's not dying on its own. You'll see who profits every single time you tap your card. And at the end, the part most people don't know yet. What's being built to replace cash completely? And why that should concern you. Let's follow the money. Let me take you to Sweden, a modern, wealthy country, and a country where cash is almost dead. Only about 1 purchase in 10 is paid with paper money. 4 out of 10 Swedes say they never use cash. Not rarely, never. And here's the wild part. In Sweden, the customer isn't the one refusing cash, the shops are. Less than half of Swedish merchants accept it at all. You walk in with real, legal money, issued by their own government. And they say, sorry, we don't take that. Wait, how is that even possible? Isn't cash official money? Here's the uncomfortable truth. In most countries, a private shop can simply refuse it. Cash is legal, but nobody is forced to love it. And Sweden isn't an exception, it's a preview. Experts project that by 2030, cash will be around 1/10 of what's spent in stores globally. So who's pushing it out? To answer that, ask the oldest question in economics. Who profits? Every time you tap your card or your phone, something invisible happens. A small slice of that payment goes to the bank, the card network, the payment processor. One tap, a fraction of a cent to a few percent. Sounds tiny, right? Now multiply that tiny slice by billions of payments, every day, worldwide. That's one of the biggest quiet money machines on the planet. And cash pays nobody. When you hand over a banknote, no bank earns a fee, no network takes a cut. Cash is the only payment with no middleman. So for the payment industry, every banknote you use is lost revenue. Governments have their own reasons. Cash is anonymous. Digital money leaves a trail. Who paid? Whom? When? How much? For a tax office, that trail is a dream. For fighting crime, useful too, let's be fair. And merchants? Counting cash, storing cash, guarding cash. All of that costs time and money. Cards are faster at the register. Banks win, governments win, shops win. Notice who's missing from that list. You. But hold on. If everyone powerful wants cash gone, why is there more of it than ever? I promised you a paradox. Here it is. Economists call it the paradox of banknotes. The share of purchases made with cash has been falling for decades, but the amount of cash in circulation, compared to the size of the economy, has been rising since the early 2000s. Euro banknotes in circulation have grown year after year since 2007. While cash payments in stores kept shrinking, people use cash less, but hold more of it. How does that make sense? Because cash quietly changed jobs. It used to be for spending, now it's for keeping. Money under the mattress, emergency savings. And when a real crisis hits, remember early 2020, people run to ATMs and grab paper. When trust shakes, nobody says, thank God I have a payment app. They want banknotes in their hands. Think about what that means. Deep down, when things get scary, we still trust paper more than screens. So cash isn't dying because people hate it. It's being squeezed out of daily life while people cling to it as a safety net. And that's exactly why what comes next is such a big deal. Because governments aren't just watching cash fade. They're building its replacement. It's called a CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. Digital money issued not by your bank, but directly by the state. And this is not science fiction. 146 countries, covering about 98% of the world economy, though are exploring one right now. Dozens are running pilots. A few have already launched. China is scaling its digital yuan. Russia has set a mass launch date for its digital ruble. Sounds convenient. Money straight from the central bank in an app. What could go wrong? Here's the question nobody asks. What else can programmable money do? A banknote in your pocket is yours, silent, anonymous. It works when the power is out. It has no settings. Digital state money is code, and code can carry rules. Technically, and I stress technically, and programmable money could be given conditions. Where it can be spent, on what, even until when. No country does this today, but the architecture being built makes it possible. That's a first in the entire history of money. Cash physically cannot be programmed, which might be the most underrated feature it has. So, why is cash disappearing? Not because it's obsolete, because almost everyone with power over money does better without it. Banks earn on every digital payment. Governments see every digital payment. Merchants move lines faster. Cash makes money for no one. It just quietly protects the person holding it. Cash isn't dying a natural death, it's being retired. And the world hasn't really voted on it, and we just keep tapping. So next time you're at a register, notice what you pull out. And remember, that choice is also a vote. And here's a thought to leave you with. If money is becoming just digits that a central bank can create with a click, what stops a government from creating as much as it wants? Why can't they just print or click unlimited money? That's the next video. Subscribe so you don't miss the answer. It's wilder than you think.